Greetings, and I welcome you to the Temple of Clauneck. Before we begin today's teaching, I want to remind everyone that this Sunday we have a very powerful lunar event, a full moon in Sagittarius. And not only that, it is also a blue moon. A blue moon is a rare and powerful full moon. And this particular one carries the expansive Sagittarian current of freedom, travel, higher vision, opportunity, wealth expansion, and breaking beyond limitation. For those of us who work with Clauneck, this is an extremely powerful moment for a ritual focused on financial freedom, prosperity, wealth expansion, travel, independence, and larger opportunities, and the opening of roads towards a bigger, freer, and more abundant life. I will be performing a Clauneck full moon wealth ritual during this blue moon, and everyone on Tier 2 and above on Patreon will automatically be included. For those who have not yet joined Tier 2 or above, but would like to be included in this ritual, you must join by 7 a.m. New York time on Saturday the 30th of May, which is tomorrow from the day this video was released. After that point, the ritual list for the blue moon will be closed. However, if you do subscribe after that time, that is absolutely fine. You simply will not be included in this particular blue moon ritual, but you will be included in the next full moon Clauneck wealth ritual instead. So, if you feel called to be part of this specific blue moon ritual, make sure you join Tier 2 or above before 7 a.m. New York time tomorrow. This ritual will be focused on calling upon Clauneck for wealth, prosperity, financial freedom, for traveling around the world and living that free life that most people want to live. And this brings us perfectly into the subject of today's video, dedication. When I say dedication, I do not mean saying a dramatic phrase once and then forgetting about it. I do not mean making some grand promise in a moment of emotion and then carrying on exactly as before. I mean dedication as a living practice, a way of gradually bringing Clauneck into the fabric of your life. Many people only approach spirits when they need something. They call upon Clauneck when they are desperate for money, when they need clients, when they need business movement, when they need sales, and when they feel blocked, or when life has become financially uncomfortable. There's nothing wrong with asking for help. That is part of the work. But if the only time you speak to a spirit is when you want something, then the connection remains thin. It becomes transactional. It becomes occasional. It becomes a request, not a relationship. A relationship with the spirit develops through regular contact, sincerity, respect, and the willingness to remember that spirit even when you are not in crisis. This is where dedication becomes powerful. Dedication is the act of taking something ordinary and consciously offering it. It might be a glass of wine that you're about to drink. It could be a meal that you're about to eat. It could be a song you're listening to. It could be a dance that you're doing. You could be going for a walk and you dedicate it to Clauneck. It could be a business decision. It could be a moment of pleasure. It could be a moment of discipline. Or even your desire for completely a different life. The object itself does not always need to be grand. What matters is the consciousness behind it. You may be about to drink a glass of wine. Before drinking it, pause for a moment. Hold it with awareness and say, Clauneck, I dedicate this wine to you. May this pleasure become prosperity. Then drink it slowly, not absent-mindedly, but with intention. In that moment, the wine is no longer just wine. It becomes a bridge. It becomes a gesture. It becomes a small ritual. It becomes a way of saying, I remember you, Clauneck. I honor you. I invite you and your current into my life. The same can be done with food before eating. You may say, Clauneck, I dedicate this food to you. May it strengthen the body through which wealth will be created. That meal then becomes more than a meal. It becomes fuel for the work of transformation. You can do the same with music. If a song makes you feel powerful, wealthy, magnetic, ambitious, or alive, dedicate to Clauneck. Let the rhythm become an offering. Let the feeling it awakens in you become part of your wealth current. Even dance can be dedicated in the same way. This is important because Clauneck is not a spirit who asks you to reject the material world. He is not calling you to become weak, passive, poor, ashamed of desire, or detached from success. Clauneck is a spirit of wealth, treasure, opportunity, exchange, and material force. But wealth is not only cash. Wealth is also access. It is timing. It is instinct. It is negotiation. It is knowing when to act and when to wait. It is recognizing value, including your own. It is the confidence to move through the world as someone who is able to receive, hold, and direct resources. So when you dedicate small acts to Clauneck, you're also training yourself to think in the language of wealth. You begin to notice where energy flows. You become more aware of your choices. You start asking better questions. Is this action moving me closer to freedom or further away from it? Is this habit feeding poverty or feeding prosperity? Is this decision worthy of the life I say I want? This is why dedication must not be separate from action. You cannot ask Clauneck for wealth while refusing to become a person through whom wealth can move. If you ask for more money, but never improve your skills, never organize your finances, never take the opportunity seriously, never build anything, or never even market yourself, then you are blocking the way the current can really work for you. Dedication can therefore be very practical. You can dedicate your work day to Clauneck before you begin. You can dedicate an idea. You can dedicate a phone call. You can dedicate a moment of pleasure. Sometimes the most powerful offering is not incense, wine, or food. Sometimes it's simply the offering of the decision to change, the decision to stop behaving like someone who has already lost, the decision to become someone who can actually hold the wealth they are asking for. This is a grand offering. Now there's another form of dedication I want to speak about, and I want you to really understand this. Dedication is not only about what you place on an altar, it's also about what you choose to support in the world. Because where you place your energy, your attention, your money, your time, and your commitment, you're also placing part of your spirit. This is why financial offerings have always existed in spiritual traditions. Not because spirits need money in the human sense, not because you can buy a spirit's favor, but because money represents value. Money represents energy. Money represents sacrifice. It represents a part of your life force because you gave time, effort, labor, thought, or skill in order to earn it. So when money is given consciously, with intention, it becomes more than a payment. It becomes an offering. And when that offering is directed to a good cause, this could be to a charity of your choice, you can give it in the name of Clauneck himself. Or it can be directed towards the temple of Clauneck, or a body of work dedicated to the spirit of Clauneck. This is why supporting the temple of Clauneck through Patreon should not be seen as merely subscribing to a channel. It's much more than that. At the ordinary level, yes, it gives you access to various teachings, rituals, meditations, etc. But spiritually, it can be much more than that. It can become a direct act of dedication to Clauneck. It can become a way of saying, Clauneck, I support the growth of your temple. Clauneck, I help carry your name further into the world. Clauneck, I place real value into this current. And I ask that the current of wealth, prosperity, and opportunity move through my own life in return. When you support the temple of Clauneck, You dedicate yourself to Clauneck. You are not simply consuming content. You are helping build something. You are helping spread his name. That is why I've gotten so many positive reviews from all those who just simply subscribe to our Patreon channel. Even if it's tier 1, people have been messaging me with all of the positive outcomes that are happening in their life. This is a form of devotion. This is a form of dedication. And because Clauneck is a spirit of wealth, exchange, value, treasure, commerce, and material force, this kind of offering is especially appropriate. All the other offerings work too, like a candle, wine, food, a song, etc. Your discipline can be an offering, but financial support, when given consciously, is also a very direct offering because it carries the current of value. Because wealth does not move through closed hands. Wealth moves through circulation, through giving and receiving, through honoring value, through supporting what you want to see grow. So if you feel drawn to Clauneck, and if this channel has helped you, if Clauneck has helped you, inspired you, then strengthen your connection to him by joining the Patreon channel. And it can be a conscious dedication, not just a subscription, but a spiritual gesture. And once again, for those on tier 2 and above, this dedication also places you into the regular ritual current of the temple. It means you are not only watching from the outside, you are participating, you are included, you are part of the workings, you are part of the full moon wealth rituals, and more. You're placing yourself inside a current that is being actively fed, built and directed towards prosperity, expansion, and financial freedom. And once again, as a reminder, this Sunday will be an especially powerful ritual during the blue moon in Sagittarius. And you can find the link to Patreon in the description box below. This is a dedication, this is an offering. So during this full moon, start dedicating yourself to Clauneck if you want to truly build the wealth in your life. Truly begin to dedicate to Clauneck right now. Hail Clauneck, Avala Nisan Clauneck Kyo. And may all those who sincerely dedicate themselves to prosperity, wisdom, and freedom be guided towards the life they are meant to claim.